Yeah, my wife not back yet. Yeah, she not back yet. And yeah, the boys are eating dinner. Oh, how we feeling though? Need-
I, I'm feeling better.
Yeah,
You know, mom's is mom is doing better. So there's that.
that's what's up.
And she not okay. So I didn't have to go away. Um, y'all didn't have to
Yeah,
bail me out. Because on Tuesday night, I was trying to tell DK that without telling him, just in case it was a situation. I ain't want no evidence on the web. I was looking to act up,
yeah.
but the moment, the very moment that I was told that they couldn't find me on the spot, it was about to be a problem. It was
So
about to
they
be a problem.
basically told you that there was they tried to hit you with that there's nothing they can do.
They tried, and I said go look again. And
Right.
I'm glad I got all her stuff, but I'm trying to figure out why does my mother's tablet have a password? Because I didn't put it on there because she has dementia. Why would I put that on?
Yeah.
Ah, got a little fella.
Mm-hmm.
What's
This is
up?
the littlest TP.
That's what's up.
Oh, he looked happy. He got food in
Huh?
his hand. He looked happy. He looked happy.
Oh
You got him
yeah.
some food.
Yeah, he be smashing.
That's what they do.
Julian Benji upstairs.
I'm gonna go grab something to drink real quick.
So grab me a water while I'm down here.
Hmm.
So, what channel is this game on? Is it on Prime?
Uh, that's a good question.
Or the old trusty ESPN? No, trusty, old trusty. Oh man, hold on. I knew something. I was missing something. Hold on, I gotta stop my camera real quick.
Who know what station the game on? Is it on Peacock?
Let me check. Let me check. Let me check. See if I can. tag on here and everything.
We ain't live in that now.
Oh, we real live. Like we real live.
I'm glad I asked that question. I was gonna say some shit that just was gonna be all sorts of
Well, by the
revealing.
time we get to your raggedy behind books, you know.
What? Raggedy? What? I don't even understand what you talk about, sir.
And someone once said them raggedy ass. Yeah, that's how you say that, raggedy ass. That is on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN Plus. So there's all that. But I don't think anybody's playing of significance. I think Marlo froze.
No starters are playing.
Yeah. I think you'll be happy with that, TP. I think you'll be happy with that.
Nah, I wanted them out there.
Yeah, you got to see what you got.
It's the first game. The very first game.
Yeah, I need to see that.
You need to see all that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we 8 minutes in. I guess we can start the show. Man, today is gonna be a good day. Today was a good day. Without a doubt, it was a good day.
You said ESPN Plus. Oh shit.
Give me 2 minutes.
ESPN, ABC, and ESPN Plus.
Okay.
So there's all of that going on. But without further ado, why is my podcast music not playing? Ladies and gentlemen, it is another gathering of Old Men Podcast. Myself, TP, Marlo, we are here to bring you the good news. And just to let everybody know, football is back, y'all. Football is back. I know everybody want to talk about the Olympics, but football is back. People are going to be hitting. Oh, it's going to be. Marlo, come on, man. Come on, man. Tell me how you feel.
I told y'all. I told you, brother. This shit is here. It ain't no all season. It's always on. So, you know, that's how we do. Get ready. We stay ready, so we ain't gotta get ready. I don't know what happened to Troy, TP.
I'm here.
Oh.
I'm just trying to get some stuff to show up right on the camera. That's all.
I got you. But it's the beautiful thing. Don't y'all? Didn't the day feel like it was fresher, knowing that it was gonna be some men running into each other with pads on later this evening?
That time of year is back.
Yeah.
I told you it was. I was starting to feel it. It's football season. That's
Yeah.
what I was feeling.
Before we even get to all of that, TP. Before we even get to all of that, look at my camera all messed up. Before we even get to all of that, I gotta give the Bucks credit. They
we pay our Hall of Famers, sir.
Hall of Famer?
Oh yeah, Tristan Wirfs is definitely a Hall of Famer.
Ain't this like his third or fourth year?
No.
For those that don't know, this is fourth year. For those that don't know, Christian Words just signed $140 million deal with the Bucks,
88
making him
guaranteed.
88 guaranteed, making him the highest paid offensive lineman in NFL history.
Mhm.
I don't even. He the best the Bucks got.
What? He probably the best in the league, sir.
I mean, there's still a guy named Trent Williams that plays.
Thank you.
Mhm. Now
And
Trent Williams a few
there's
years
also
ago.
Trent Williams, by the way.
there's also another guy by the name of Laramie Tunsil,
Mhm.
plays down in Houston.
He's pretty good.
He pretty good.
I give him that credit now. Those
Those are
are
probably the only two left tackles I would say is better than Tristan Wirfs, because it's hard to compare him to Lane Johnson because he plays the right and he has a right-handed quarterback, so he's not protecting your blind side. If he had a left-handed quarterback, it'll be a tad bit different.
yeah.
But yeah, he in that top 5 class of tackles though. He in that top 5 for sure. Up there with, again, the aforementioned Trent Williams, Laramie Tunsil, and Lane Johnson. Then after Tristan Wirfs, the drop off is crazy.
They ain't building them like that no more.
The drop off is crazy.
They're not staying in school 4 years, becoming technically sound. As soon as they junior year hit, they out of there.
Yeah.
And then also, let's just be honest, a lot of those guys are being drafted as projects.
Yeah.
And
Well, if they go early, they're not drafted as a project.
it ain't a lot of them going early though. It ain't a lot of them going early. So, but congratulations to the Bucks. It ain't gonna help them because they still ain't got no quarterback. But that's another story for another.
The hate is so real.
It's not even hate.
Yeah, you just hating on somebody who was the best doing Pro Bowl week. But you say we ain't got no quarterback. Where the lad in it?
BP,
There's
what Super Bowl rings do you get in Pro Bowl week?
0.
Okay.
You get a trophy.
You said how many Super Bowl wins do you get in Pro Bowl week?
Oh, he say Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The answer is absolutely 0.
Well, it'll get you paid.
It will get you a nice little stipend.
Apparently, it do. But again, I asked the question: who else was they gonna go get?
Now we could have went and tried to get a number of players that were available.
At what position?
Quarterback.
The quarterback market is terrible.
We could have made a push for Kirk Cousins.
So we're gonna live in mediocrity. Okay.
Huh? We chose not to do that.
There's 2 quarterbacks who teams gave up on them.
Oh my gosh, we could have went and got Justin Fields.
Nah, I wasn't talking about Justin Fields. I was actually more hinting towards Desmond Ridder and Kenny Pickett.
We don't want neither one of them.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. We good. Let's go Baker. Them my damn choices.
Sam Darnold was an option.
No, we had him on the practice squad, and he didn't even make it out the practice squad.
Damn.
So he showed us what he could do.
Yeah.
Like he didn't even get a shot at being the third string quarterback.
Where wherever he's at now, I saw a highlight of him recently where he threw an absolute dime. So I'm guessing he got a little bit more fight in him. But if you feel
That,
like he don't fit in your quarterback room with Kyle Trask and Baker Mayfield, if you can't, stay in that locker room, that tell me everything I need to know.
Sam Donald has failed up every stop he's made,
Mm-hmm.
but he eventually shows up.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that Baker Mayfield doesn't throw to the other team if y'all are able to make it back to the playoffs.
Imagine
Team,
not
things
being
like
able
that are just hard to
to
overcome.
beat out
Extremely.
boot skin.
What you say?
Is Troy froze?
I think he froze.
I was froze. Like I don't know.
You said something about a boot skin
I Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out why he couldn't beat out a boot skin.
because he's not as good a quarterback. I
Do
think
you
that was
know?
the easy one.
Do you know how hard it is? You have to try not. You have to try to be sorry to not beat out a boot
What?
skin quarterback.
Wait a minute. Now you come on now.
See,
Kyle Trask is he is a serviceable quarterback. He just has not been able to get on the field to show what he can do in live game situations.
in
That's
the
it.
annals of Buccaneer history, what great Gator has ever played for the Bucks? You know what?
Read
I'll
out,
show you one.
read out Anthony.
Who?
Read out Anthony.
Because you are my friend, I'm going to allow you to explain yourself.
Right. You just asked me what Gator was a good product on the field for the Bucks. I just told you.
Okay. Rita Anthony, Buccaneer wide receiver from Pahokee, Florida. Which makes it worse? Do you know everybody out of Pahokee be good? But I digress. He was drafted in 1997 by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. From 97 to 2001, he amassed a grand total of 1,846 yards.
Hmm.
You just going
You act like we had the best quarterbacks in the league then. We didn't.
you know what? Because I'm finna see. We wasn't gonna do this. We wasn't gonna do this. But because I know who he is, yep.
Hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna let that pass. I am.
You want to ask a question? I just told you.
Hold on, real quick. See what's wrong with the baby.
Uh oh.
So you know what? I'm gonna let you have that one because Trent Dilfer has a career 20,000 yards with 113 TDs and 129 interceptions. So I'm gonna let you have that one. His most prolific year was 2,800 yards. So I'm gonna let you have that one. I can't even. I can't even. um. So now that that's out the way, we often don't get into the topics that we list. One of those topics is NFC South predictions. So I'm gonna give my predictions.
Yeah, what's up?
All right, so this is my NFC South predictions in order of finish. I got the Atlanta Falcons winning the division. I got this in second place. I got the New Orleans Saints. I got the Bucks in third, and I got Carolina dead last. Now, mind you, two, 3, and 4 may all have identical records or close to identical records because I can't see either one of them standing out. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they all got quarterback issues. One of them got defensive issues. I think the Bucks only are going to be in the hunt for the division because they got a solid defense. And by solid, I mean they won't find themselves in a lot of shootouts. They won't be solid against elite teams, but against the NFC South, they will probably be pretty good. The only difference in this entire division is Kirk Cousins. And the fact that I can pretty much guarantee he's going to be 500. And TP, we know 500 wins this division.
Maybe this year is different. Maybe Kirk Cousins changes things for the Falcons. The last time I checked, they were 2 games out of the playoffs, 1 game out of the playoffs. With the level of play that they got from Desmond Ritter, if the team got somewhat better, even around the quarterback, they'll win at least 3 more games, which will put them, 10-7. 10-7 probably wins this division. I don't think the Panthers got much better. The Buccaneers didn't really add a lot. As a matter of fact, didn't they lose Devin White? Devin White is an Eagle now, right?
Yep.
So Mike Evans is a year older. Godwin is a year older. I don't know if the Bucks got better. I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm just, speaking from my vantage point. I can't see where the Buccaneers got better. Now, if you know something I don't, please enlighten me, Marlo.
Yeah, for the night. It- the Bucks got so much better because we like, all right, yeah, we got so much better because everyone has basically solidified their role on the team. Devin White had he lost his starting job towards the latter part of the season. He wasn't even on the field. So that losing him, he wanted to leave anyway. So when you got a player that don't even want to play for an organization, he had to go anyway. So on our defense, our back end got way better. Carlton Davis was a hindrance. I don't know why people were surprised with that trade, but he had to go. It was bombs over Baghdad every week on his side of the ball. And then we brought in a better corner and a safety. So I think our back end on our defense got way better. We got that young kid. What the hell is his name? The young pass rusher and a vet pass rusher we brought in. Like I think we brought in a lot more production on our defensive side of the ball. Our offense is gonna be legit anyway. I think White with another year in as the starting running back is definitely going to pay dividends because they're going to hand the ball off a lot more to him than they did last season. So I think overall we improved our nucleus of our team. We got rid of a lot of dead weight and shored up the people that have been producing for the organization for a good amount of years. So yeah.
Okay.
Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see.
You know what? Hope springs eternal.
Ain't no hope. This is something I know. Y'all gonna see. Just like you up there talking about we're gonna be third in our division, and you picked the Saints, bro, above us. Are you crazy? Where the Saints got better?
Saints couldn't play dead in the Cowboy movie. We're not doing that.
This guy here is tripping.
I just want to know what was the number of games separating the entire division last year. Don't worry, I'll wait.
Who won it? Whether it's by a half a game, a whole game, a quarter of a game, who won the division?
If you telling me that the Saints can't play dead in the Cowboy movie and they was only 2 games out of the playoffs, that means the entire division.
They weren't the only people we played.
Everybody in the division suck. It's time to acknowledge that.
Yeah, that's what you say. That's what you say now. Have we had a down year? Yeah. It's only been 2 years removed since our division took a dip.
The division is down 2 straight years.
2 years. How many other divisions have had years of mediocrity?
So when I say down, let me be clear. They're not just, oh, well, we only got one team above 500. We were looking at the division winner possibly having a losing season.
That wasn't the case.
And going into the playoffs.
That wasn't the case. Our record was a winning record, sir. And we won the playoff game, sir.
Your record wasn't winning when Atlanta had a 2-game lead on everybody, and the only thing they needed to do was win 2 games in November.
Let me ask you this. You are talking about stuff like if you catch a leprechaun, will you find his gold at the end of the rainbow? That's some old fantasy shit. What happened was Tampa Bay won the division. That is what happened. You could talk what ifs and possibilities, and if Atlanta did this, and if your auntie had a penis, she'll be your uncle. All of that. What I'm trying to tell you is what happened.
So who wins the division?
Tampa. Hey! Hey! Y'all in there. It's our division. Can't wait in it. I can't wait. And we play them stinking ass Raiders and Ray J. And oh my God. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be the best. CP, you might want to come to Tampa for that tailgate. I'm gonna set that tailgate out, so it's
you know
gonna
what?
be some epic.
Since you brought it up, since you want to talk about it,
It's gonna be something epic.
Since you want to talk about it, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Sir.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers is the greatest waste of physical tools in the history.
What? You said Aaron Rodgers is the greatest waste of physical tools? Is that what you said?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
He has all the accolades. You
can't say a person who has multiple MVP awards is a waste of talent and physical tools. You can't say that. You can't. Just because you don't like the end results that come about, he is probably one of the better regular season quarterback. But his tools get him there. How many divisional games has he played in?
His losses are glaring.
But he has never had one of the premier defenses in the league. And when he has,
no, you're not gonna sit here.
You crazy.
On Al Gore's internet.
Yeah, I am. I am.
Do you remember when that defense held the San Francisco 49ers to 9 points?
Yeah.
9. That defense played lights out.
It's easy to play defense in the cold. Playing offense in the cold is a different thing.
So before I even say this, I just
Tom Brady. Fuck Tom Brady. Fuck Tom Brady.
So Tom Brady went up there in the cold. Tom Brady went up there in the cold and got a dub.
Who played in New England for 19 years? That's not impressive to me.
Choir boy Jimmy went up there in the cold and got a dub.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why it'll lose me now, but there's another 49er quarterback that was banned from the NFL. Why can't I think of his name right now? He went up there and got 2 dubs.
You said a corner that linebacker?
No, quarterback.
No, you talking about Colin Kaepernick?
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick.
Oh.
Got 2 dubs. If it's so easy to play defense up there, why everybody getting wins?
Because they stopped them from scoring points. I told you, Green Bay defense has been the one slacking. Not the other team.
So I want to make sure I get this straight. A defense that has averaged 14 and under in the playoffs when at home
Mm-hmm.
is lacking.
Yeah. How many
But
points they
Aaron
gave up?
Rodgers,
How many points they gave up to Tampa when we went up there and beat them? It's more
I,
than 14.
I said average. They play solid defense. I'm not going to allow you to do this to that defense. Aaron Rodgers had the
You were the
opportunity
one that said
to make.
Aaron Rodgers was a waste of physical tools.
I said one of the greatest because of all
One
his
of the
physical
greatest
tools.
wastes of
Of
physical
all
tools.
his physical tools, he can't be Eli. He can't be Colin Kaepernick. He can't be Choir Boy. He can't be pick a quarterback. He can't beat him. He can't beat. He can't beat that. Didn't that beat them in Green Bay? Am I wrong?
Man, yeah, you wrong. When they played them,
I'm trying to see. I
how
don't
many
remember that.
playoff wins that got? I know it ain't come in Green Bay.
Mm-mm.
I'm
But
just saying.
I think the moral of the story is Green Bay ain't a place people are necessarily afraid to go play a playoff game.
No.
They is now.
Why?
They is now. With their quarterback they got, their defense they got, their wide receivers that Aaron Rodgers didn't like, by the way.
Who, Romeo Dobbs?
He like none of them. Dobbs. What's the other? Dobbs is from, I think his people is from here. What's the other kid? Oh my God, he can fly. Oh, what is the other kid's name? But that's neither here nor there. I don't want to get too far off the track, off the subject. Aaron Rodgers right now, it's a prove it year. His legacy is on the line.
It's a prove it again year. Because he didn't prove that he know how to play quarterback. I don't think that's a question.
I
I
heard they've
don't
been
think
running Wildcat at often. I mean at training camp.
Shit. Not with Aaron Rodgers.
Nah, with Brees Hall at quarterback.
No.
Direct snap to Brees. How we feel about that?
Hall might be player of the year.
That's gonna be a different, yeah. They ain't
So
gonna let
I,
what happened last year happen again.
so all right, since we talk about Aaron Rodgers and all of his glory, let's do the NFC East. I mean AFC East.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought
Miami.
you like Miami to do what?
Win the division.
Continue, sir. Give me your division rundown.
You know, I'm not familiar with every team in that division as of yet. I hadn't did no study. I don't know who improved, but I know a Jets led team by Aaron Rodgers is definitely going to be in the hunt for a regular season run. Now, what remains to be seen is if that's going to be a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So you got the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. New England.
Mm-hmm. I think Jacksonville's in there.
No, Jacksonville is in TP division.
Yeah.
That's right.
we it don't even matter.
Mhm.
It
Um, who the hell else is in that division?
let's just go ahead and get. So NFCs, you got the Bills, the Dolphins, and the
The
Jets.
Bills. So I say Miami 1, Buffalo 2, Jets 3.
Mm-hmm.
TP, what you got?
I got Miami winning that division by a long shot.
You just
Miami
got
wins
ill.
that.
You got feelings about Tua.
What you mean?
Who got?
I'm talking about Troy. That's why he told me
Oh,
something.
I'll get.
Oh,
I will get my prediction in a minute.
I didn't say they were going to win the Super Bowl because what we've seen from a Mike McDaniel's coach team is they don't play defense. And when you get to the playoffs, that's when your defense needs to, you know what I'm saying? That's when we need them the most. But they do have a great secondary, probably one of the most balanced secondaries. You know, I really like Javon Holland. I think that he's going to be a key factor in whether or not they're able to go deep in the playoffs. But they have by far the fastest offense in the NFL
by far.
by
Like
across the board.
it ain't even close.
When your quarterback steps on the field and he's looking at 4, 4, 3 skill position players on the field with him,
With several more on the bench.
right, ready to go. Um, that offense, again, I like it during the regular season. It wear you down. They're all over the field. You have to account for the jet sweep, the RPO, the somewhat power run up the middle. I ain't gonna call it a power run because it's still a finesse type with a zone scheme behind it. But even when you after you've done worried about all that, Tyreek Hill is still sitting on the outside. Oh, Jalen Waddle is still sitting on the opposite side. So
Odell Beckham will be
and
sliding.
Odell is in the slot. So you tell me if you run any type of one deep coverage, any type of single high, which way does he shade?
Beep beep. It's gonna be one of them. Beep beep.
And I tell you what, you take one of them linebackers off the field and you bring a safety down and you take a safety and put them up top. Okay, now we worried about the deep ball, but we just gonna jet sweep you to death.
The death.
To death. I don't think the Patriots defense is fast enough to compete with them. I don't think the Jets defense is fast enough to compete with them. Sauce Gardner, I still feel like is the most handsy corner I've ever seen in my life. Handsy, bro. That's what that is my name for him. He is handsy. Does he get stops? Yeah. But he also gives up a lot of big plays
Is
when he's
Wade
not
really
able to
gonna
get his
have to
hands on
choke
them.
a bitch?
So that only leaves the Buffalo Bills. That secondary is trash. They gonna get cooked when they play Miami.
Yeah. Problems.
I'm
Problems.
so like I like Gregory Rousseau and you know that D line is decent, but my God, they don't have anybody in the secondary that can even keep up with the slowest of their fast guys. They are in trouble. They did not get better this offseason. They better hope and pray that they lucky stars like what happened last year, that they don't have to play Miami in the playoffs if they are the other team from the AFC East that makes it. And I don't even believe that there will be two teams from the AFC East in the playoffs, because if we migrate into that AFC North, oh my God, the black and blue division is back. The black and blue division is back.
They're gonna beat the hell out of
Man,
each other.
the Cleveland Browns looking good. One of the top 5 defenses in the NFL last year. Mike Tomlin, who's never had a losing season, just made upgrades at the QB position. Cincinnati is probably in the most trouble because they offensive line still ain't blocking. I don't know what y'all have heard from around training camp, but they are struggling with their pass rushers who are middle tier. I mean, I like Trey Hendrickson, but outside of him, I don't know who else they got rushing the passer over there. They also lost Joe Mixon this offseason to my Texans, so I don't know what they're going to do on the ground, if they're going to heavily rely on Samaje Perine. And you got a disgruntled T. Higgins who don't even want to be there. After Jamar Chase, they got T. Higgins and Usama at tight end. Other than that, their offense is really not that good. Joe Burrow is going to have to do a lot with a little. And if there's any type of injury to their wide receiving core, bye-bye playoffs. Bye-bye. They'll have no hope. If anything happens to Jamar, they better protect him at all costs. Because if Jamar Chase happens to befall any type of injury this season, they are going to struggle to move the ball while their defense struggles to stop people. So if we saying that there's a 3-team, if there's a three divisional teams making it to the playoffs, it would probably be the AFC North. And that's because I believe in what Mike Tomlin does as a coach. The Ravens are the Ravens. Like, let's be honest. They got Derrick Henry with Lamar Jackson now. Who's stopping that? Zay Flowers hopefully develop some maturity in this offseason. Mark Andrews coming back from the broken hip off the hip drop tackle. And they still got Ronnie Stanley, one of the premier left tackles in the game. So the Ravens are going to Raven. They're going to do what they have to do. They'll probably have one of the best, if not the best, records in the NFL. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be right behind them. From what I'm seeing, I'm thinking it's going to be Fields leading the way week 4. I don't think Russell makes it to week 8. I know we had this discussion before, but the way that it's looking in training camp, Justin Fields is throwing the ball, and he is throwing it well. And George Pickens, I don't feel like can be covered by many corners in the league because he's a physical, speedy threat, similar to DK Metcalf. Tall, big body, but has great speed. So that leaves the Cleveland Browns, who's returning Deshaun Watson, who we in Houston believe was the Michael Jordan of the draft that year. And he still is talented. Like, he hasn't lost his talent. So, like, just because he hasn't played a significant amount in the last few years, he hasn't been taking hits. He is probably the freshest he's ever been coming into this season right now with that defense, with Nick Chubb coming back. David Njoku, one of the best tight ends in the league. Amari Cooper, one of the top receivers in the league. That is going to be a hard division.
Wait. No. Marlo. We've heard on this podcast, TP absolutely trash Amari Cooper.
Have we?
Maybe I could be wrong. I'll get to my AFC East predictions
Oh, I
I'm sorry.
completely. I went off on a tangent. My bad. Y'all was just looking at me
I,
too.
I will. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I have no faith in the Miami interior defensive line,
Mm.
and having to play in November and December and January in cold weather. That's gonna be a problem. That's always been their problem. Not
Mm.
so much last year. Last year was more of an offensive issue, but now it's a glaring issue because your guy in the middle in Vegas, loving life. So I can't pick Miami as one. I can't pick the Jets as one because
Did
yo,
you say you can't pick Miami as one?
no, your Hall of Fame quarterback is beefing with the head coach, and the defense is solid. But did they improve significantly enough to be better than the Buffalo Bills? And I have absolutely trashed every quarterback in this division. But every quarterback in this division is still not as talented as Josh Allen. Now, that being said, Josh Allen will play hero ball. He will throw 3 touchdowns and 2 picks because he think he that dude that used to play in Green Bay. But this year he has a competent running game. And they're going to run the ball more. And they drafted a wide receiver to replace Stephon Diggs. And please
You
understand,
can't.
I think Stephon
You
Diggs
can't
is a
replace it.
great wide receiver, but I don't think him and Josh was on the same page. So my predictions for this division: the Buffalo Bills, the Miami. Oh my God, I just picked the New York Jets third. The New York Jets third, and I don't even know why we're talking about New England Patriots, but New England Patriots dead last.
Definitely last.
They might have the worst
Um,
record in the NFL.
Drake might not finish the season.
That is, hold on. How do
Bring
you
in
get
Joe
your?
Milton.
This is how you get your head coach fired.
Bring it. I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck when y'all drafted him. If he ain't getting it done, give us Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Milton has to get an opportunity. We already know he got a cannon for an arm. He
Raiders.
ran one of
Raiders.
the most explosive offenses
Why?
we have seen in a long
Why is
time at Tennessee.
why is Joe Milton not in silver and black? Why?
Because yeah,
Why?
Because
I
you
sent
ain't the
y'all
one
the
making
text
decisions.
messages. I
he
sent
wanna
y'all
Because
he
the
wanna
email.
win.
because you're not the one making the decisions. That's why.
He he wanna win.
You do not understand. Marlo don't understand TP. The young man has a cannon. He don't have a floater. He has a cannon.
No. That offense they ran, you can't run that without having a cannon. Do you, Marlo? How familiar are you with Tennessee's offense?
Oh, that and he had command of it.
Yeah,
It wasn't like
no,
he just was
I'm talking about
serviceable.
like their alignments because it's very unorthodox.
It's
It is.
wide. It's
Like their receivers be a yard off the sideline, both sides of the field, and they'll run it empty. They'll run it quads, but they're spread out. And what we know about distance and the ball traveling, if it takes a long time to get there, elite defenders will pick it off. With a quarterback like Joe Milton, he was able to make that offense damn near unstoppable. So, like, maybe not last year because them losing Jalen Hyatt to the draft hurt
That
their
hurt.
offense. Jalen Hyatt has was dominant. What they did to Alabama needs to be studied.
Oh god. But I
I
mean,
can't believe they lost to damn Florida.
They lost a lot of speed on the outside. The offense didn't work nowhere near as it did the year before because it not only was it Jalen Hyatt, I forget the other receiver's name, but he was also drafted. They both came out, and then last year their receivers were mediocre at best.
well,
But
um,
like you said, Patriots dead last. Couldn't play dead in a cowboy movie. The defense sucks. The offensive line is probably the bright spot of the team, which really isn't going to matter because Drake May is going to hold on to the ball forever. I can just tell. You know how you get this feeling about somebody that they about to just squeeze the air out the ball? That's Drake May. And then his arm. Mm,
do y'all know, fam? You almost beat Drake May.
mm,
Should have.
mm.
The worst decision making in the ACC.
It was bad.
I I'm gonna get off of Drake May. I'm gonna get off of Drake May. So since we in the AFC Central, I'm gonna go ahead and give my take. I like the Baltimore Ravens to win the division. I like the Pittsburgh Steelers to be second in the division and a wild card. Cleveland is third only because of their defense, and they will be on the cusp of a wild card. Cincinnati, I don't know if Joe Burrow can do it by taking 8 million hits and looking like Slim Shady at the same time.
Slim Shady.
It's just, but that's who I got. Marlo, I don't know who you got. Who you got in the AFC Central?
Well, definitely Baltimore. I I think they're definitely going to make some noise when your head coach come out and say that your quarterback he thinks his quarterback is the best player in football. It, this just can't. Yeah, yeah, and he has won the MVP award. So this is gonna be something. This Baltimore gonna be they assembled some monsters. That division is it needs to. I don't think they understand. If you can turn around and hand the ball off to Derrick Henry 25 times a game with the weapons they still got on the outside, that is, playing defense for Baltimore gets a lot easier because teams are going to be playing from behind. They're going to have to put the ball in the air, and there's a problem because they
You
got some
know,
ball hawks on their side too.
you know what having it's nasty. It's a nasty combination.
It's
All right, hold on.
scary.
Let me get it. Let me get it out. Let me get it out. Oh my God, they really let Lamar Jackson get Derrick Henry.
That's
Um,
crazy.
your team better score when they have the ball
Not
because they're not
field
gonna have
goal.
the ball much. You want
Not
to
field
talk
goal.
about a clock draining offense? Whew. You can think that the Ravens are gonna be just this explosive team because they got Zay Flowers. it won't be explosive. It'll be a slow death
by 1,000 cuts.
by 1,000 cuts because and there will be some explosive plays because Derrick Henry ain't no slouch in the open field. But they have the power to slowly grind you down the field if they choose to. That is a dangerous thing because when you go, and this is me putting my coaching hat on, right? If I'm going against Miami, I'm not about to give them the ball that often. Fuck no. I'm about to grind that off. I'm about to grind their defense into the dirt, and I'm gonna keep the ball away from them fucking Olympic sprinters they have over there.
You know what? I'm tired of y'all talking about the Olympic sprinters. They all tiny tots. When you put helmets on them, they cough up the ball.
They
That's
put 70 on Denver. When the last time an NFL team scored 70 points?
who was the quarterback in Denver?
It don't matter.
It do.
He
We
he
talking
damn
about
sure ain't
we're,
he damn
we're,
sure
we're
ain't
not
play
talking
defense.
about the offense on the other side. I'm talking about the reason that they able to put up that many points. They were so fast. Denver had no answer.
They were fast at altitude.
But it doesn't
That's
help when Russell Wilson was giving them 3 and outs every drive either. So like
That's all I'm
they were
saying.
also tired because they were always out there.
That's all I'm saying.
But this the thing. You have to keep the ball away from their offense. That is the game plan because they have the ability to score at literally any moment.
So I, football is back. Football is back. We'll get back to football in a minute. We're gonna try and get through some of these other topics. TP, me and Marlo have been discussing it. The Olympics have started, and for those who don't know, there was a big thing about the pollution in the Seine, which is the river that they are going to do the triathlon in, which has been delayed because of pollution. Now,
did y'all see
for
the
those
movie?
What movie?
You didn't see? There's a movie called Under Paris.
Hold on, we're gonna get back to that. TP, yeah, TP got a look on his face.
No. The movie is wild. I'm gonna let you finish, and then I'm gonna tell you about the movie. But it's based around the triathlon coming
We'll
to
get to the
Paris.
movie we'll get to the movie in a second. So there was a group of individuals who organized a calendar online because the mayor of Paris said she's so confident in the fact that the river will be clean enough for athletes to swim in that she was going to swim in the river on the 25th of July. So these people came up with a calendar on what day to poop in the river so that by the time the mayor got in the river to do her swim, it would arrive at the same time. But the mayor, being who she is, as Marlo would say, stood on business and did the swim anyway. Only
that's what they call when you do number two, go do your business. She stood on business.
So she did her swim, but we come to find out that the river is not as clean as we would hope. Now, if I'm a triathlete, I don't know. Like, that's a new level of commitment to swim when you know the people was pooping in the water, had a whole calendar, and you gonna swim and shit. Okay,
They
all right.
they have so many other places over there that they can have the triathlon, like where they can swim, where they don't have to swim in feces. But it, it I just I'm built different. You know what? That'll be the shortest triathlon in history because you start with the damn swimming part. That's the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I walk up to the starting line like y'all won. Thanks for the trip. I'm finna go sightseeing. Like I'm not getting in that. That's
Niggas,
just
ain't the
crazy.
name of the river the Seine?
Yep.
Crazy.
Are y'all ready to hear about the movie now?
Yeah.
I'm ready to hear about this movie because it's
All
got to
right.
be good.
So there was this shark that swam halfway across the world. Thought it was a mako shark, and it ended up in the Seine. Now, before it left, it had killed this lady, whole team. So she's lit, but she's from Paris, so she's living in Paris, and she's hearing they said the shark is in the river. So she trying to tell the mayor, hey, you need to postpone the triathlon until we get the shark out of the river. Mayor, like, fuck that. We've done too much. We are still having a triathlon.
Stood on business.
Stood on business. So come to find out, this shark had the ability to reproduce without mating. By the time the triathlon got ready to start, there were hundreds of sharks in the water. They shot the gun, people started swimming, people started disappearing. Look, but it gets worse. So they got stuck down in the catacombs
Oh
with the
my god.
sharks. They got stuck down there. The sharks just started like killing everybody. Then they thought that they were gonna blow up the catacombs and trap the sharks in there, but the big one got out, and they had brought in the army and the navy to try to shoot the sharks as it was swimming. And what happened was the shark started kicking up old mines from World War I, and bombs just started blowing up all over the city. It leveled the entire city of Paris.
Oh my god.
And it ended with them just laying there like the city was completely gone. It was bad.
Oh man.
We
Oh
can't get
god.
we can't get that time back in our life. That movie sounds terrible.
It was a good movie. Would would recommend.
Oh my god.
You know what? We're gonna discuss that later. All right, y'all. It always on podcast day. The NFL. The NFL is a master at PR. They have is a master class. It is now Monday Night Football, the return of football. The NFL already lost the case with the Sunday ticket verdict. However, the judge in the Sunday ticket verdict threw out the verdict. Federal judge has overturned the $4.7 billion verdict in a class action lawsuit filed by Sunday Ticket subscribers against the NFL and has granted judgment to the NFL. U.S. District Judge Philip Gutierrez ruled Thursday that the testimony of two witnesses for the subscribers had flawed methodologies and should have been excluded. Without the testimonies of Dr. Daniel Rasher and Dr. John Zona, no reasonable jury could have found class-wide injury or damages. Congrats to the NFL. And a side note, John Gruden's case was tossed, but he's appealing. So he has to go through arbitration. And as of right now, there will be no public disclosures or depositions. So the NFL, undefeated in court, apparently, unless it's against Al Davis. Well, I was hoping to have either Doc Holliday or Joshua Sims on this week because I don't like to get into MEAC stuff without having MEAC representatives. However, because we do not have those people, my predictions may be based on some personal preferences, but here we go. So
You talking about me?
yeah, I'm talking about MEAC. So I'm gonna make this prediction. I'm not gonna ask nobody else to make a prediction. I've been studying rosters. I've been studying players coming in, and I just want to say, not MEAC related, but fam, you got so many players coming into the program that are top notch. It's crazy. So when I'm looking at these other programs and they're only getting 1 or 2, 3 transfers, I'm looking at them different. Like, how are you improving your squad? But it's not a fair. That's not a fair assessment. So I had to take some time and actually look at the rosters. And if you know me, the first thing I look at is I look at your offensive line. Then I look at your running backs. That's the first thing I look at. Then I look at your defensive line. Then I look at your secondary. Because you can, depend on scheme, you can scheme around not having a good linebacker. It's only in goal line situation that where if you ain't got no good linebacker, you post. So those are the criteria that I was looking at. And I was looking at who lost what, who still has talent, who don't. And I'm very aware of all of the hot take banter around Morgan State. And I like what they are defensively. Jamal just, I like what they do defensively. Why? What? What? I ain't even got into it. Okay. So again, winning the MEAC, I have Howard winning the MEAC. And it's not, I like where they are still defensively. I don't think the style of play that they played last year, they didn't need a dominant quarterback to still win the MEAC. But their defense played well. And I think they'll carry the day. I have North Carolina Central in the number 2 spot, ever so slightly. So there's like a razor thin edge between them and Howard. With the exception of Davius Richards going, leaving the program. I think he's in the Canadian League now. Or, I'm sorry, he's in the UFL, I believe. I think he got picked up by the UFL. With him leaving it's a major thing. So they have an unproven quarterback coming in who has bided his time, and now it's his time. So he very well could come in and light it up. We don't know. It's an unknown factor. But defensively, I think they are strong enough to be able to win most of their games. I just don't know if they'll beat Howard, which is why I have them in number 2. In the number 3 spot, I would put Morgan in the number 3 spot because defensively, they were solid defensively. They just couldn't play offense at all. And I've heard different things about what quarterback should have started and all of that. results is what I look at, and I looked at their offensive line. I looked at their defensive line. I'm not sure their offensive line is an elite offensive line in the MEAC, but I think they'll be better than Norfolk State, and I think they'll be better than Delaware State. So that pretty much is my MEAC prediction. I don't want to go to the other teams because I know South Carolina State, a lot of people wants to talk a lot about South Carolina State. They have a first-year coach who's bringing in D2 players. And I've heard a lot of different coaches in other situations saying D2 players can't play on this level, blah, 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 blah. So if I take that logic, South Carolina State may do decent, but I think they need a year to get the players on this level of the coach's type of players on this level. I don't think he's going to be able to win the MEAC with those guys coming over from D2. So I know that's a hot take because there's a lot of guys out there that's really on the bandwagon of South Carolina State. Sometimes I think just because we see something new and shiny, we get enamored with new and shiny, and we don't look at the fundamentals. So, but that's my take. But do not get it twisted. I do think in out of conference play, one of these teams can knock somebody off. And let's be clear, it ain't FAMU. But that's my take on the MEAC.
Apparently, Florida A&M got a shiny new transfer that just came in.
Oh yeah,
he is a monster.
159 yards. I believe they were a playoff team, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, FAMU is.
It's gonna be something different. I want to hear all these preseason predictions when they see this. When they see this show, I know. I want to see all this when they. Alabama State is gonna lose the damn Orange Blossom Classic.
Well, let's talk about it.
Hey, buddy, say he gonna be there at the end.
Okay.
I don't know what they gonna be doing, but we gonna be there. Love the confidence.
It would give me nothing but joy for North Carolina Central to make it to the Celebration Bowl. However, I'm old enough to remember the last time their coach was talking noise. What happened? And the football gods are unkind. And they have a long memory. And I don't get me wrong, I like the confidence that he brought out of North Carolina Central coach. He walks it like he talks it. Except against Howard. So.
Nice.
But my little spiel on me.
You broke up a little bit.
Sorry about the technical difficulty, y'all. But it's literally crazy. Marlo, I don't know what your take is on the MEAC. I'm almost scared to ask.
Well, my take is like it's hard to take them serious. Not the whole division, but the people who are saying this team's gonna be at the top and this team's gonna be coming in this position. It's hard to take them serious because it's like it's almost like a popularity type contest. I don't know what data they're using to make these predictions. Like they picking teams that ain't did shit, that hadn't improved, but that's what you going with it. Yeah, like I don't know. Yeah. The MEAC, when we were in it, we ran it. When FAMU was in the MEAC, we ran the MEAC. That's just what we did. Now this new MEAC, it just looks different. Howard was never a viable football component. Now they didn't got some comeuppance. Now they're competitive. Like I don't like to talk about other schools in a negative way, so I'm just gonna say fuck them.
There you go.
fuck all of them.
Wow. Okay. All right. Um. The SWAC. Ooh.
The
So
champion
the
of the SWAC is gonna come out. It's gonna come out the East.
so I'm gonna start with the SWAC West because there has literally been a smorgasbord of hot takes, and it's a lot said about the SWAC West. And the fan favorite has been Prairie View A&M and Lionel. Okay, I can't remember his name now, but Lionel PV versus everybody. That guy has been on a campaign. Everybody to pay attention to Prairie View A&M, and at the SWAC championship game, I do recall saying that because of how they treated Ash, that you can't tell me nothing about Prairie View A&M people, them the nicest people in the world. Then Lionel Prairie View versus everybody came along, and then I had to change my whole thought process on why I said that. But if I'm looking at the SWAC West, right? I'm I'm trying to understand and I can't. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. I can't. Right now, as I look at this, this is why they call it the Wild Wild West. And I keep going back and forth on this. I like what Grambling has done. I like the additions. Alcorn was right there towards the end of the year, but they faltered at the end. I don't think Texas Southern will be in the top three in the SWAC West. So right now, my top three, I got Grambling State, Prairie View A&M, Southern, Alcorn, Texas Southern, Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Is that in the order?
In order. I don't. Those guys it's just a crapshoot. And that's
You said that right. Crap shoot.
It was what was it? It was 2 weeks to go, and the division still wasn't decided. So, and I think if I'm not mistaken, Prairie View won like the last two games. Oh no, I'm sorry, they lost. They won one game because they lost to FAMU at homecoming. They won one game, and that's how they got in.
You know how crazy you got to be to play a school for their homecoming, and then come right back and have to play them for the division championship. That's tough on any school.
And while it's about to smoke a cigar.
Nope. I have my massager. My
Oh,
calf is tight.
so it ain't just me. Okay. All right. I'm cool. It ain't just me because my calf is. I've been working out heavy and my calf
His
is tight.
his leg day to day.
Yep.
I ain't
And
as young as I used to be. And I don't short leg day. But this is a little bit of uncomfortable. So I'm gonna massage it on that.
well, while you use your personal massage, I'll go ahead and give my thoughts on the Swag East. So on the Swag East, can't believe I'm this. Of course, in number one spot, I got Florida A&M. They've done too much on the offensive line. They've done too much in the backfield. They're going to be a very physical team again to not pick them first. Now, 2 through 3 is 2 through 3 is thin margins, right? So you essentially could say all three of these schools are two. So I got Jackson State, Alabama State, and Bethune-Cookman in the number 2 spot. And here's why. I had enough history on Bethune-Cookman to think that they would knock off Jackson State. I would pick them outright. I just don't have enough history on it. Because remember last year they was playing with the labor pool. They was just picking up players late, getting them on the field. This year they've had a recruiting class, an actual recruiting cycle with their own head coach, not some ibis running around campus going live. They've actually had a real football coach. And then Alabama State was a decent squad last year, but is Andrew Body the difference that puts them over the top? I don't know. Damn, you are in the camera. So, all of that being said, I don't even think the bottom part matters, but Alabama A&M and Mississippi Valley State will bring up the rear.
I can agree with your top pick, but
Of course you can.
personally, I want to see the product on the field for all these SWAC teams because everybody's talking about, oh yeah, we improved this and we got this, and like until I see it on the field, you ain't doing nothing but selling wolf tickets. Like talent will always ring clear. You can have a mediocre coaching staff, but if you got more talent on your squad than the other squad, all you have to do is lean on them. And what I mean by lean on them, you have an offensive line that averages 300 and some odd pounds across the board. All you doing is leaning on people until it's bombs over Baghdad. And that's on both sides of the ball. Like I'm really curious to see how teams line up against fans. Really curious to see that. So I would say FAMU, Alabama State, that school in Daytona, and then everybody else start filling in. Like it's a 3-team race for the to win that division to me.
The purr of your
Oh, you can
the
hear it.
purr, yeah, it's hilarious. It's okay. It's okay. All right.
I can wait.
Do we dare do we
Do
dare do
who
ACC?
for what?
So do we
Are
dare
they
do
gonna have a division?
AC?
Not after this year.
No, there's no divisions. No division. Um,
So
no
No,
divisions.
I
I
It's
mean,
mean,
just
like, are they
the
still gonna
top
have a
8.
conference?
yeah.
No, not to this year.
This is the last
Shout
hurrah.
out to the dude who told me that Cal is the toughest team in the ACC. Shout out to that dude.
Wow.
And tomorrow, when you
Cal.
stub your pinky toe, you'll know why. Um, I think I don't really want to. Let's see if I seem like a homer if I start talking about Florida State. I look bad.
You you are, but they went undefeated, so it's hard not to put them at the top.
Oh, Miami fans, let me go ahead. I know y'all got that nice, pretty quarterback. Y'all think y'all got a nice, shiny new car. Y'all still the same old Ibis people. I don't know if y'all better than Boston College. I'm just calling the Ibis a Ibis. And I looked at it, and then they had key offensive line losses. But when your coach don't take a knee and your red shirt junior is looking at your coach crazy because all he wants you to do is run the ball behind him. Mm. But it could be worse. It could be Billy Napier, who is almost certain to get fired because being 13th in the conference and you're on the hot seat. But I guess. Um, TP, did I miss anything? I think we
No, I think you got it.
make sure I hit all the numbers. There are some divisions in the NFL we left out, and that's on purpose. I will be creating and I'm going to send links to other podcasters and media in our arena. An HBCU poll. I just want to see what everybody say because I've seen all the different types of polls. It's time for Fat Mouth Sports to do a poll. So there's that. Um, aside from that, we might get out of here. Oh, we might get out of here early. Get out of here a little early. Because the kids are letting TB have it. Oh, real quick. I don't know if because I'm doing the thing. This is the fade in the water shirt.
Did you history?
Nick Eden. Um, I love how I try to give somebody some promo and the internet go out. But Nick Eden actually made that shirt, and I put the link in the chat. I'll also post the link in the description. Shout out to Nick. Nick is a Alabama State alum, so I want to appreciate him allowing me to wear his wares on the podcast. Um, Real quick for everybody who I think I've been saying it, but I can actually say I can relax now. My mother is now actually in a new facility. She has her all of her things in the new facility, so I can breathe now. This will be the first. Tomorrow will be the first day I've been actually able to work and only work and not have to run all over creation. So tomorrow will be my first day working. So there are people that I need to get stuff to, and I need to email and all of that. My apologies, but Mama come first. Like I,
Blessings, blessings.
so
Friday to work. You got it backwards, my brother. Restart on Monday.
so you know, again, so you know, and a lot. Again haven't been able to communicate like I want to because for those who know, Tuesday night's podcast didn't happen because I wasn't sure if I was going to be in the land of free people. It had got real serious about my mama, and I had to pray and breathe and pray and breathe. So,
Mm-hmm.
only get one mama, so understand what I was going through. But I do thank again everybody for all their prayers, for all their love. I was not okay, but I was functional, and I'm feeling way better today than I was yesterday. So again, I want to thank everybody for that. Um, Sports. So we didn't touch on the topic here, and we don't talk a lot about baseball, but I do talk a lot about sports business because we love to watch sports, but we love to not think about the business part of sports. The Tampa Bay Rays is about to get a new stadium that's over $1 billion in funding from local taxpayers. And a lot of people have a lot of stuff to say about how and what and everything that should be done. St. Pete has a problem with affordable housing. St. Pete has a problem with being able to give their local residents a livable wage. We are spending $1 billion for Stu Sternberg's team for him to trade away everything that might possibly look like a winner. So if you don't know what I'm getting at, I'll say it plainly. We're giving $1 billion to a loser who's putting his team in a position to lose. For what? That draft already happened. You're not getting a position for draft picks. That draft already happened. So you're not doing that. One of your best players is in Dominican Republic, probably gonna get some time in jail for a long time. What are you doing to improve the team? Trying to trade everybody he possibly can.
We just beat the Yankees twice.
You also beat the Yankees where who's on first, what's on second. I don't know on third.
Oh, don't act like they didn't play their starters. It was a slugfest today,
I'm
and the
talking about
Rays won.
the Rays have no names, and you cannot bring fans to the stadium if people don't know who they going to see. And throwing out that little garbage that y'all offered A-Rod, I mean not A-Rod, that y'all offered Judge $300 million and he wouldn't come. Why would he come to purgatory? You not gonna win a championship.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry I'm doing this to your Rays, but the owner is throwing the franchise in the toilet and then asking for $1 billion. That's like wiping your ass and then saying with your hand and then trying to shake somebody's hand.
Wow, that's pretty graphic. I
It
don't
is
think that's the same thing.
it is despicable what he's doing. And the only reason we don't talk about it is because the Tampa Bay area, when it comes to baseball, there isn't sports writers that actually give 2 cents.
Damn.
I'm trying to say that. They just don't. They don't care. Why would they care? Because if they got invested in the team, they're only going to trade away the players.
Mm-hmm.
And this ain't like it's the first time. So just remember, your politicians are making these decisions for you. And it's an election year. And I'm not saying don't build a stadium, but the people that's allowing this stuff to go on, you need to hold them accountable because it's getting out of hand. Nobody's being a good steward of the people's money. But that's all I got. Marlo,
Well, I just want to let everybody know it's back. Football is back, people. So, to the missuses that are, that you got a man in your house that enjoys watching football, just be mindful that it is not as long of a season as you think. Yeah, we got multiple days that we watch football on, but from August to February, I mean, the conversations can be more tailored for when football ain't on. You ain't got to come talk about replanting something in the yard or doing something around the house, and when they driving down the field to score, we ain't got to do that. We do not have to have a conversation about what we gonna eat while the game on. Just count me out for food. Just worry about y'all. That might be a little too close. But what I'm trying to get at is this is a blessed time of year. Fall ain't far. It's coming. So let's enjoy that everyone come together and be mindful that, football on. You gotta talk to me. We can talk after commercials, like all that. We good. So I'm happy. I'm happy I got that out of my system. We're gonna be all right.
hey, big dog. As them people said when I posted my green shirt, um, why are you telling us strangers on the internet? Why don't you tell that to her?
Nothing.
Tough guy.
See, my thing. This is the thing about me. What I say here, I say everywhere.
There you go.
This ain't no one off. This ain't no throw a rock and hide the hands. I don't do none of that. I When they say stand on business, I stand on business. So hate it or love it, it is what it is, and I'm all right with it. I know I can sleep feeling mind free. I don't go to sleep with stress on my mind.
Okay, TP. Now that
I
we got
second
a nice.
everything Marlo just said. I don't be knowing what to do with myself during the off season. We watch a little baseball, we pay attention to the hockey and a little baseball here and there. But this is my sport. I've loved football from the first day I seen it. I fell in love. Love playing it, love watching it, love teaching it, and love talking about it. Um, with that being said, there's a lot of teams that think that this year is their year. I think the NFL is a very competitive place. Nothing is set in stone. Whether or not your team wins is going to depend on how well they're able to gel together. because you can have a lot of good pieces on your team. Your team can make some upgrades in areas that you think that they needed, but it has to fit. It has to work. You know, not to say that oh you have to play together to win. Like everybody understand that, but it's a little bit deeper than that if you want to make it far into the playoffs towards the Super Bowl. My Texans have made a lot of upgrades. We brought in Daniil Hunter, Stephon Diggs, Joe Mixon, to name a few.
Cam Akers.
Cam Akers as well in that backfield. It's a heavy backfield. Damian Pierce, Mixon, and Akers. But are we gonna jail? We look good on paper. It's a lot of teams that look good on paper, and we see this every year. And then it'd be some of those dark horse teams that you thought, hey, they didn't have a shot in hell, and some for some reason they standing there at the end of the year. But I think that if you love the sport in a way outside of just spectating, you know, do a little research. Look into some players. We know that players go from college to the pros. If you want to get a leg up, start looking at some of these college kids. It's great players all over the country. Don't wait till they get drafted to be like, oh, I'm a fan. If you're doing the fantasy leagues, you're going to have to do some research. If you're in a deep one, 12, 14 team fantasy league, if you want this to be your year, you better get in out. You better get out there and do some research. Because there's some names that you ain't heard of that's going to be making plays this year.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of guys that's coming from schools that you may not even have heard of that's going to get some opportunities. Kids that played in the XFL this off season. You know, they're trying to make their return to the NFL. They use that as a stepping stone. So I just love this time of year. Time to celebrate with family. You know, if you come from a football family, you understand what I mean. It's a religion in some parts of this country. So yeah, enjoy it. I will not be here next week. I will not be here. I will not be able to attend the podcast. Our shift is getting rotated up to noon, my time, noon Pacific. So I'll be at work 12 to 8:30. I won't be able to make it home in time. If I do, it'll be me, you know, logging in for like the last 30, 45 minutes. You know, so I will try. But everybody have a blessed and safe weekend. Starting to get into the fall. That means the weather gonna come down. It was 120 last month. I want to see some 105s and 90 somethings around here. 90 something is beautiful to me at this point. But everybody be safe. Take care of yourself. And I will see y'all 2 weeks from now. Same time, same place. And I'm gonna have a lot more to say because there's so many things that's developing within training camp. Guys ain't panning out already. There's already issues. But we're gonna touch more on that. And I'm gonna give y'all my way too early playoff prediction 2 weeks henceforth.
Well, for everybody here at Fat Mouth Sports Gathering the Old Man Podcast, I want to thank y'all for coming out. Oh, it was good to be mind free. Good to be mind free. Again, thank you for everybody on the podcast. We are out.